In the ancient world, long before cities rose beneath electric skies, there lived a creature that carried the spirit of stillness upon its back. The Ankylosaurus. Heavy as stone. Slow as drifting earth. Silent as an old mountain beneath the stars. While predators ruled the forests with sharp teeth and restless hunger, the Ankylosaurus walked another path entirely. It did not chase. It did not roar for dominance. It simply moved through the prehistoric wilderness with a calmness so deep that even the jungle itself seemed to quiet in its presence. Tonight, as the fire flickers softly beside you and the world outside slowly fades into darkness, let us step away from modern noise and enter that ancient forest together. Let your breathing slow with the rhythm of distant rain. Let your thoughts grow heavy and quiet like moss-covered stone. And as the night deepens, allow this gentle armored giant to guide you peacefully toward sleep. The jungle at night was never truly silent. Warm winds moved through giant ferns. Insects hummed beside shallow rivers. Strange creatures called to one another beneath layers of mist and tangled branches. Somewhere far away, thunder rolled softly across the prehistoric sky. And through all of it, the Ankylosaurus continued walking. Slowly. Steadily. Without fear. Its massive feet pressed deep into the wet earth, leaving behind enormous tracks filled with rainwater and moonlight. Each step carried incredible weight, yet there was no aggression in the way it moved. Its body seemed built not for violence, but for endurance. A living fortress. Its broad back was covered in thick armored plates shaped by millions of years of survival. Along its sides, sharp spikes rose like ancient stone thorns. And behind it dragged the great tail club, heavy enough to break bone with a single swing. Yet despite all this strength, the creature itself seemed strangely peaceful. The Ankylosaurus did not seek conflict. It simply wished to be left alone beneath the trees. Perhaps that is what makes it feel comforting tonight. In a world where everything moves too fast, where people constantly defend themselves against stress, pressure, and endless demands, there is something deeply calming about a creature so completely grounded in its own existence. The Ankylosaurus never hurried. It lowered its broad head toward the forest floor, feeding quietly on ferns and low vegetation. It cared little for the drama unfolding elsewhere in the jungle. Predators roared in distant valleys. Smaller dinosaurs scattered nervously through the undergrowth. Storms rolled across ancient plains. But the armored giant continued eating in silence. Chewing slowly. Breathing deeply. Trusting its own strength. Its world existed close to the ground. It did not spend its days staring toward distant horizons or dreaming of conquest. Instead, it focused on what was directly before it, soft earth beneath its feet, cool streams flowing through the jungle, the scent of wet leaves after rainfall. There is wisdom in that kind of life. Sometimes peace comes not from escaping danger, but from becoming so deeply rooted within yourself that chaos loses its power to shake you. As the long prehistoric night stretched onward, moonlight filtered through thick jungle canopies and reflected softly across the creature's armored back. Tiny insects drifted through the air around it. Frogs croaked from hidden pools beside ancient trees. The Ankylosaurus paused beside a shallow stream. Slowly, carefully, it lowered its enormous head toward the water. This was perhaps the most vulnerable moment in its day. Drinking required lowering its defenses, exposing the softer parts of its body to the world around it. Yet even then, there was no panic in the creature's movements. Only calm awareness. The jungle itself seemed to respect that calmness. The wind softened. The water moved gently around its feet. Even the nearby plants appeared motionless in the cool night air. For millions of years, creatures like this survived not because they were the fastest or the smartest, but because they mastered something far more powerful. Steadiness. The Ankylosaurus understood that survival was not always about aggression. Sometimes survival meant remaining patient while the storm passed overhead. Sometimes it meant carrying your protection quietly, without anger or fear. Its armor was not merely a weapon. It was peace made visible. A reminder that strength does not always need to announce itself loudly. As midnight settled over the Jurassic wilderness, the great creature finally slowed to a stop in an open clearing surrounded by giant ferns and towering trees. The ground there was cool and soft beneath its weight. Carefully, it lowered itself onto the earth. Its armored body rested like an ancient boulder beneath the stars. Slow breaths rose from its chest in deep, steady rhythms. Nearby insects continued their endless songs while mist drifted silently across the jungle floor. And there, beneath the endless prehistoric sky, the Ankylosaurus rested. No fear. No struggle. Only stillness. Only the quiet certainty of a creature completely at peace with its place in the world. Perhaps that is why imagining this ancient guardian feels so comforting now. Because deep down, every tired mind longs for a place where it no longer needs to fight constantly against the world. A place where strength can exist without tension. A place where silence feels safe instead of empty. The Ankylosaurus reminds us that peace is not weakness. Peace is stability. Peace is breathing slowly while the world rushes around you. Peace is standing firm without needing to prove anything. Tonight, as the fire burns lower and your thoughts begin to fade into softness, imagine yourself walking quietly through that ancient jungle beneath silver moonlight. Warm rain drips gently from enormous leaves. Rivers shimmer through the darkness. Somewhere nearby, the Ankylosaurus sleeps peacefully beside the trees. Its breathing is deep and slow. Its heavy body rests against the earth like part of the land itself. And with every steady breath it takes, allow your own mind to grow calmer. Heavier. Safer. Until at last, wrapped in the quiet strength of the ancient forest, you too drift gently into sleep. And in this silent prehistoric world, beneath the stars and endless trees, you are no longer alone.